We're looking into a fault on this 2007 C4 tonight. It's a 1.6 petrol, this one. But this engine's in quite a few other Citroens and Peugeots as well, which you could easily have the same issue with, and it's pretty much the same procedure on the other models as well. Basically, it's not getting up to temperature. We think we've got an issue with the thermostat. The thermostat comes part of a full housing on this one. We've got a new housing there. And if you check out the description below at any point, I'll put links to with all the part numbers onto a new housing where you can get them from, and all the tools used as well. But the housing's located. There's the airbox here. We're going to get that out of the way, and it's located down the side there, bolted to the side of the cylinder head. So we'll start stripping it down. I'll just run you through a step at a time. Just before we get into it, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, just click on the red subscribe button below. We've got a few other videos on there. I'm going to be doing a timing belt on the same model as well. So first thing we're going to do with this one tonight, just before we get started, I'm just going to use a drain catch tray outside. I'm just coming down the front of you've got the radiator here, and then the bottom hose on it there. I'm just going to use a little hose clip tool, or you can use a flat bladed screwdriver. Undo that hose clip, crack the pipe off, and that'll just drain the coolant down. Obviously we're going to need all that out, so it'll just save making a mess later on. Just as you've got the coolant dropping out, just want to take the radiator cap off as well. It'll just help it flow through a bit better. Now that we've got the coolant drained out of it, we're just going to remove the airbox. There's sort of two bits to it. We've got this main bit here. What we'll do to remove that is just flick that little tab there, and then we can pull that up and out of the way. We've got a pipe there, it's connected to this part of the airbox, the bit with the filter in it. And there's got a 10mm bolt there. We're going to need to undo that, get that out. There's a little, just coming up here, again you want the hose clip tool out, or a flat bladed screwdriver. Just undo that Jubilee clip, and you've got this little breather pipe here, and you just want to push that in, and then you can pull that off. So we'll just get that out of the way now and give us a bit more room. Right, that's the main airbox out of the way. It's a little bit tight, just getting it past the brake fluid reservoir there. Did just take the cover off at the top of the engine there, just to get this pipe a bit more out of the way. You could probably manage it without, but it's just simple case of undoing the torque screws, and you can unclip all these pipes out of the way. Just gets them right out of the way. So, but with that there, you can now see this is the thermostat housing there, so you can see it a lot better now, and it's pretty easy to access. Yeah, so just this one here to take off. There's another one underneath, can't quite see it at the minute, but this bracket here just holds on with a torque screw just there, so we're just going to take that off as well. And then we've got a couple of connectors to get off as well, so we'll just start taking them pipes off now and get ready to swap it over. So a little flat bladed screwdriver just to flick the connector off there. There was obviously just two 10mm holding this bracket on the side there that we took off as well. Now the only hose we're left with at the minute is the one at the bottom, but just before I take that off, I want to take the main mounting bolts out for the thermostat housing. We'll pull that up and out of the way and just make us a bit easier to swap that over. So, but I think we've got four 10mm holding that on. Just see one under there, there's another one at the bottom there, and two at the top here. We'll just get them out now. Right, we've undone all the bolts, simply just pull it away. As you can see, as soon as we pulled that off, the thermostat's just fallen, it's all just collapsed inside and fallen out, so that's definitely the issue to why it's not getting hot. So all we've got to do now is just pull this, get the little clip off the bottom there. It's just got like a pinch clip on it. Just use a pair of pliers, we'll just simply pinch that up. We can crack it off and pull that out. And we're going to clean the face up to the cylinder head here with some emery paper, or we might have a little pad that we've got to clean that up. And then we can put the new on them. You can see it's not too bad a job really, but I'll run through, we'll get it all built back up now, and I'll run through bleeding it up as well. So, but I might be fitting the cam belt on it, which I'll skip that in this video, and then run you through bleeding it up at the end. So. Just see with the old stat, it should be sat in there, and should be altering, limiting the flow through. So obviously that's just collapsed and there's no control over it at all. So. In the scrapper. Yeah, when cleaning up the cylinder head, you just see there's a bit of old, just a bit of antifreeze crust on there. But you want to give this, you don't have to eat into the alley, but it does. You do really want to clean it up well, so it's a nice clean surface. Make sure you get a good seal. Give it a chance of getting a good seal with the new gasket. So we've got that quite nice and clean now. We're just going to refit the new stat on. And I'll just show you on the back of the stat, it's got a rubber seal built into it there, so and you can see how the thermostat should be nice and held in place there. So the torque settings, I'm just going to give these the four main bolts that just hold it on. This one, I don't want to be too hard on it, just a light nip really. If you were torquing them up properly, if I was guessing, I'd have said it was about 15 Newton meters, but just a nice nip really, not too tight. So. Again, we'll probably connect that bottom pipe up first, just to make it a bit easier. That's all done now, so I'm just going to, I'll just go on to doing the cam belt, and then I'll flick back to this when we're bleeding it up at the end. But to bleed it up, all you basically do is fill your coolant cap up, let it run down. You've got this little cap on there, it's just like a tyre valve cap. All you need to do is take that off. It only wants a light nip when you're doing it up. Just take that off until all the air comes out, and then until it's just running, just water with no air in it. So, we'll run you through that. I'll just run you through that anyway once the cam belt's done. So we've got the cam belt fitted on this one now. Just come back to bleeding it, so we'll put a water pump on as well. But basically all I'm doing is just filling the cooling system up with antifreeze, and all we're going to do is just simply keep cracking off this. So if there's any plastic threads, you've got to be careful that you don't over tighten it. Just undo that. You'll hear the air come out. Just like that. And just keep letting it, just keep it going until all the air's out, and then you've just got fresh water running through. Once eventually you've got just water coming through, you can just put your cap back on and just lightly nip it up. The only other way to bleed your cooling system is just leave it running with your cap off as well. So. But yeah, hope the video helped. If it did, give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.